Good evening, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to another episode of Critique Corner with me, Daniel Parker.
And me, DB Fastbinder. And just a little bit of bookkeeping before we get started, or heads up. I'm house sitting again. You may hear a yowling cat in the background. I'll do my best to deal with that as the need arises. So,
Uh, no worries here. But yeah, we're actually coming to you back on our old day on Thursdays. Uh, for
yep,
those of you who are up on the lore of Critique Corner, we used to do it on Thursdays, but then moved it to Wednesdays earlier this year.
yep. And man, my attempts to let's just say that I'm having a very stressful is the wrong word. Prolonged periods of inconvenience is the best way I can think of to put it.
Yes, it's been a week for DB. Well, but we're here to give him a respite from that. As we talk about movies that we watched during the week, we usually we watch something new or contemporary, and then with something older or classic. Although this week is our first review is neither really all that new, nor is it classic or contemporary or classic or anything like that. Um, it is Battleship.
Battleship, aka, well, Transformers made a lot of money. So, what other toy can we turn into a loud Michael Bay-esque action film?
Yeah. Yes, let's take the board game where you put ships in the middle of the board and then put pegs on there, and that's a number and a letter and a number. And
Right. And this one always had a bad reputation. Boy, does it earn it.
Yes, it does. Yeah, I actually rented this movie on in what were those the vending kiosks called? Red
Oh,
Fox.
Redbox, yeah.
Red, yeah. That's I rented it from one of those, and I made sure that it was actually Battleship because Asylum had their own movie called Battleships.
The sad thing is there's a decent chance that movie would have been better.
Yeah, or
Not as technically impressive, but maybe like better written.
yeah, or at the very least, they're probably both on par with each other. um, but yeah, so this movie is came out in 2012, and I want to say, May 2012. Yeah, so it came out right around the same time as Avengers. So that probably didn't help its box office at all.
This one got sunk.
Yeah. Um, and it didn't help out the career of the movie's main star, Taylor Kitsich, who later this year in this same year he was in John Carter of Mars, which also bombed.
Which was the superior movie.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
The way I would describe John Carter of Mars, or I should be John Carter, because Disney took off the of Mars because I've heard accusations they were intentionally trying to sabotage it because it was from the previous regime.
Oh,
But the John Carter movie, it's like it is a perfectly serviceable baseline hit sci-fi action movie.
mm,
If it seems kind of generic, it's because the Mars novels and serials created a lot of genre conventions.
mm-hmm. Yes, it was an inspiration for a lot of stuff, and a lot of people. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, a lot of people when they saw the movie, they're like, "Oh, I've seen this in other movies."
Yep.
Um, but the same can't be said for this one.
Absolutely not. No, this one is just plain bad.
Yeah. The other thing too that gets me is it was directed by Peter Berg, who he's done some decent movies. And for those of you who if the name sounds familiar, he also did Friday Night Lights. He did the movie and the TV series.
Huh.
Yeah, and And actually, oddly enough, he directed I think a really great movie, Lone Survivor, which was also with Taylor Kitsch. He was in that movie
Uh,
along with Mark Wahlberg.
I think it's just kitsch.
Kitsch, okay, Taylor Kitsch. I believe he's Canadian, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but this movie, it's as DV pointed out, it's a Michael Bay-esque movie. It's a Michael Bay movie that wasn't directed by Michael Bay. Um,
And not as well as Michael Bay would have done it. I kept
yeah,
noticing problems with the special effects. That,
yeah,
like, what say whatever you will about Michael Bay, man is meticulous about his special effects scenes.
yes, he is. Yeah, um,
Like just a couple of things I noticed. One scene you have like an alien in a spacesuit stomp on a metal stair,
uh,
and uh, the intention was to have him step on the stair and have it bend under the force of his step.
mm.
Whatever practical effect they used to bend it bent in the wrong place compared to where he was standing. And this was like a close up, so it was super obvious.
Yeah,
And and also another scene, our dumbass main hero decides to touch the alien ship with his bare hand, or possibly gloved hand, like a
mm.
dumbass.
Yeah,
But when he is thrown back by an electrical shock, uh, he moves at an extremely unnatural arc.
yeah. He's almost like completely flat. Like his back was like completely flat to the air.
Yeah, like he clearly was on wires, and
Yeah,
just so like the movie is full of little goofs like that.
yeah. I noticed some continuity goofs here and there with some of the quick shots, which under normal circumstances I would never notice stuff like that. But with a really bad movie like this, I noticed that stuff.
Right. It's well, it's because a movie at the end of the day is a collective illusion where it's just like a sustained 2-ish hours of being lied to and being shown something fantastical and weird or something relatable. And boy, this movie did not really satisfy any of those needs.
No, it didn't. And I will say with the exception of Liam Neeson, the rest of the cast were god awful.
Yes, the line I kept thinking of was that every actor in this movie is competing to be the worst actor in the movie in every scene, and somehow they're always all winning.
Yeah. Well, my first thought also too is like, who thought it was a good idea to cast Rihanna as a tough Navy chick?
You know what? I think it's more believable than her being Smurfette. So
Oh, yeah, yeah. But I mean, Vasquez from Aliens, she is not.
yeah, like I gotta say, I don't think Rihanna was the worst actor in this movie. It's
Mm,
her performance did not stand out to me as exceptionally bad.
well, probably because she didn't have that many lines.
That
Um,
helps too.
uh,
Um,
but um,
but yeah, so let's get into the plot a bit.
yeah, yeah,
So I think the first flaw of this movie is that it really, really wants you to think of Taylor Kitsch's character as just this lovable loser who is getting his life around.
yeah. Much in the vein of Peter Quill in the MCU.
Yeah, except that Peter
Yeah,
Quill, it's weird. It's weird. Peter Quill's a bit more of a stunted man child. This guy's just a hot-headed idiot who makes bad decisions constantly.
yeah. You know who he's kind of like?
Hmm.
He's like Chris Pine's Captain Kirk, especially in the first movie.
Yeah, it just turned up to 12.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, and yeah, so like the movie starts off where he's celebrating his birthday with his brother, who's played by Alexander Skarsgård, who is the son of Stellan Skarsgård, who played he was the oh god, I can't remember his name, the scientist guy from the MCU, who was his buddy. I can't remember the character's name, but they're at this bar in Hawaii, and then that's when Brooklyn Decker's character walks in, And for those of you who don't know, Brooklyn Decker is she was a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model who tried to become an actress and didn't quite work out for her. So and then she married a professional tennis player. But Taylor Kitz's character was his name Hopper.
I refuse to acknowledge these people as characters. Let's not confuse things trying to keep track of that.
Okay. Yeah, so Taylor, he tries to impress her because she walks into the bar and she wants a microwave chicken burrito that the bartender won't heat up for her. So he goes across the street to the gas station to try to get one, but then the station closes. So he breaks into the gas station in a very comedic. Apparently, okay. So from what I've heard, the surveillance. They show him doing this like via surveillance footage. Apparently, it was based on a real thing. There was actually a guy that did this, where he broke into a gas station and to cook up a burrito.
Which, despite destroying a bunch of product and everything, like he did pay for his burrito, I guess. So.
Yeah, I guess he did. Yeah. But this leads to him getting arrested and tasered. And then we come to find out that Brooklyn Decker's character is actually the daughter of Liam Neeson's character, who is like the commander of the entire Pacific Navy fleet. And so Skarsgård's like, all right, I've had enough of your crap. You're joining the Navy. You're going to be serving under me. So then we flash forward and he's in the Navy. And of course he's, as DB pointed out, he's a total hothead, and they're getting ready for these war games that they're doing with all these different navies, including the Japanese Navy. And Taylor develops a rivalry with the captain of a Japanese ship during a soccer match. And then he gets in trouble for fighting him, and then now he's about to get kicked out of the Navy. Even though, and of course, all the while he's trying to work up the courage to talk to Liam Neeson to ask for his permission to marry his daughter, to marry Brooklyn Decker. Which, like if I were, Liam Neeson, I'd be like, why would I want my daughter marrying a dumbass like you?
Yes, which, spoiler alert, because I don't recommend anybody actually watch this movie, is his exact reaction, even after this guy saved the world.
Yeah. He tells him no, but then he's willing to, I guess he's like willing to hear him out. Or at least willing to like maybe try to give him a chance or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Willing to entertain it slightly.
Willing to entertain, yeah. But yeah, then as they're getting ready to do these war games, we forgot at the beginning of the movie, they have this whole thing where they're talking about these satellites that they built on Oahu, which
that can beam things out into space at faster than light speeds.
Yes, and they're trying to contact this other planet that they think is an Earth-type planet that has life on it.
Classic mistake.
Yes, classic mistake. And one of the scientists even says it. He's like, "Oh, this is going to be like Christopher Columbus and the Native Americans, but we're the Native Americans." So then, right as they're doing these war games, these alien ships show up. They put encase the islands and the parts of the ocean in a energy shield, and their whole so what happens is, as they're crashing onto Earth, okay, this is like number one horrible plot thing. As the alien ships are flying into Earth and they're going through the atmosphere, the aliens' communication ship crashes into a satellite, and it hits a satellite and then crashes and takes out Hong Kong. And so they need these satellites on Hawaii so that they could contact their planet and then send reinforcements. Because so basically these aliens that show up are like a scouting team or like an advanced team for the invasion.
Right. Which I guess is like, if you want to keep the threat to something that the humans actually could deal with, that isn't the worst way to do it.
Yeah.
Although I had the problem there is, of course, that you've only kicked the can down the road a little bit, because what happens if they go to try to figure out where their 5 giant ships went?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the other, okay, that's just to kind of like, point out a huge problem I have is with a lot of Hollywood movies like this is they treat the interstellar or the intergalactic alien species that can travel faster than light to other planets, and they treat them like friggin' idiots.
Yes, because the aliens kind of work against their own interests. Also, they can't handle the bright light of our sun.
Right. Yeah, and that's like Signs, M. Night
Y-
Shyamalan's movie, where the aliens invade a planet that is almost entirely water, and what is their weakness? Water.
Yes. In fact, I would question why, in this circumstance, um, if all the aliens needed was to use this Earth technology to beam a signal home, why not? Like, I know. Then there wouldn't be a movie, but
Yeah.
why not show up and pretend to be friendly?
Yeah. Yeah, we come in peace.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, plenty of colonial powers have shown up pretending to be buddy buddy at first.
Yeah. Yeah, even I mean that even going to a sci-fi movie that's of this same caliber. I mean, they did that in Bumblebee where the Decepticons show up and they're
Mhm.
like, "Oh, we want to, we're here to help you out, and we need you to help." And they wanted the humans to help them find Bumblebee. It's like, yeah, that's like works so much better.
Yeah, it makes the villains actually have some menace. Because part of the issue with this movie is that, like, yeah, the obvious comparison point is Transformers.
Yeah,
So the first problem is that the villains have no character because we never like have a real conversation with one. They are just there to be video game villains, video game NPCs.
yeah, yeah. They're yeah. The Covenant have more personality than they do.
Okay, you're underselling the Covenant a little bit. Uh, uh,
Okay.
okay, because the Covenant actually have. Although speaking of the Covenant, the aliens' hands, they're just elites with the heads of brutes. Like,
Yeah,
they have the same sort of weird four-fingered flipper hand as the elites do. They have the same sort of vaguely apish face as the brutes do. It's like, okay, somebody was playing a lot of Xbox 360 back then.
oh yeah, yeah. And they even have like the tendril like soul patch on their chin.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
extremely generic.
yeah,
Um, Now, to go back a little bit to the failings of our main character, uh, Taylor Kitsch's character, we mentioned they're doing some war games. Did we mention that there was like a big, not NATO, but like the East Asian equivalent?
yeah. Rim pack, I think was what it was called. Yeah,
Yeah. Uh, and so they're doing this big game against this Japanese player, like soccer game, where Kitsch gets kicked in the face by this guy. So he's like the rival the whole movie.
yeah,
And boy, like Kitsch just manages to sound stupid in every single scene. Like, he makes references to The Art of War, which, while I'm sure that many Japanese people have read The Art of War,
yeah. It's
um,
it's actually Chinese.
right? Uh, but it's like there's just problem after problem after problem. It's like um, he has no concept of strategy. When his brother gets killed early on in the invasion, his first reaction is just ramming speed. I don't
Yeah,
care that our weapons are down. Full steam ahead.
yeah. Like, dude, the other ships, there's sailors in the water. We got to go get them.
Ramming speed. He doesn't. I don't think he actually says the words ramming speed, but it's basically Leroy Jenkinsing it up.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And also, when he referred to watching, or excuse me, to reading The Art of War, he's read it 6 times, still doesn't understand it, thinks he is applying a lesson from it later in the movie, and is informed, no, you still don't understand it.
yeah, yeah. You're not even close. Is what the Japanese captain tells him. Is that no, that's not it at all.
And the thing is that he is just so completely unlikable. Like I think that like, if the movie was supposed to be like an outright comedy and not like a serious end of the world scenario,
Uh,
like if it was a Navy comedy like Down Periscope or Sergeant Bilko, that
yeah.
opening would have been awesome.
Oh yeah.
Like it definitely is like the starting the good start excuse me, a good starting point for a comedic lead who's kind of like a lovable dumbass who gets his way out of problems. Uh, the problem is like if it was an SNL movie, that would be a great
Yeah.
opening.
Yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
problem
Yeah.
is that this movie wants you to take it at least a little bit serious.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like in the vein of like Michael Bay's Transformers. Yeah, very similar situation.
Right, except that one had like Optimus Prime, who just brought a sense of gravitas to his scenes. There was no, well, the gravitas character was Liam Neeson, and they had him stuck outside of the alien's barrier the whole time.
Yeah, he has maybe 10 minutes of screen time.
Maybe to be
Yeah.
generous.
Yeah. Yeah. Um and the other of course the other thing too and I know this was Hasbro's doing was they had to incorporate some elements from the board game in this movie. And one of the things that they did, well, actually, okay, so there are three things that they did. One, the the missiles that the aliens are using look just like the pegs from the board game.
Which like that, I can't decide if that's stupid or just like a cute reference, but like I think I'd give it more credit in a better movie.
Yeah, yeah. And then the other part of it too is when they're trying to track the alien ships, and the Japanese captain comes up with an idea that to use the buoys, water buoys that detect water displacement for tsunamis, and to use that to detect the water moving around from the ships. So they pulled the grid up of all the buoys in the area, and they're all numbered and lettered and numbered the same way as the grid from the board game. And they're even
Yeah.
calling out the number, the letter and the number for where they wanted to shoot, and saying hit or miss.
And then the third thing, and this is like the part that leads to the only good scene in the movie, is
Yeah,
they early on they set up that they had the uh, USS Missouri, the Mighty Mo, the last U.S. battleship, uh,
yeah,
as a floating museum, and they had some of the veterans who had served on it there. And uh, just at the start of the movie before things went awry, and so
yeah,
they managed to reactivate this ship and use it against the aliens. Now that battleship fight scene was actually the coolest part of the movie.
yeah. That was good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they had all the old vets helping them out because they were the only ones who knew how the ship worked. Because none of the new Navy guys are like, we have absolutely no idea what we're doing here. It's
Right, because it's
completely
all
different tech.
analog.
Yeah, it's all analog. Yeah,
And I feel like there was something in that last 10 minutes that if you could have spread it over the rest of the movie, you might have had something kind of cool and clever.
yeah,
Like just as a hypothetical, the aliens use an EMP to knock out the local naval base, and a group of veterans and current seamen have to team up to get the battleship up and running before the alien warship arrives or whatever.
yeah.
We've also completely ignored the useless subplot about
Oh yeah.
Kitch's fiance, who is the,
She's a
she's a
physical
physical
therapist.
therapist. Yep,
Yeah,
and the guy who kind of reminded me a bit of Coltrane from the Gears of War movies, uh,
yeah,
who had lost his Gears of War games, had
yeah,
lost his legs in Afghanistan, and so was getting around on these bionics, and he kind of has he has an extremely silly fight against one of the aliens hand to hand.
yeah. Yeah. Although it should be kind of worth pointing out that he's an actual war veteran. The guy playing him.
Okay, so
Um,
you're saying he deserves a bit of a break on not being a great actor.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, And truth be told, he was one of the better performances in this thing,
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Um,
which is embarrassing for everybody else.
yeah. But that fight scene was a little was really odd. Yeah.
There was also a useless scientist character who felt like a cut rate version of the scientist character from Independence Day.
Yeah. Yeah. or cut rate scientist character from any alien invasion, movie. Um, he was very, very beta.
Yeah, it's so the question is this worth watching? Oh hell no. It took me 3 times to actually start and finish it, and I realized I was kept getting distracted by other things, and like I wasn't entirely sure what had happened, so I had to go back a half hour.
Yeah, yeah. No. This movie is appallingly bad. It's not even in the so bad it's good category.
It's just bad and painful. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
I think I can legitimately suggest finding out where the timestamp is for the battleship scene, because that was like, oh man, if the whole movie had been like this, we'd actually have something.
yeah,
The other
yeah.
thought
But
I had that's so
yeah,
funny is that you have this. Okay, so it's a movie where we need a battleship, right? Because
right.
it's in the
Yeah,
title, and
yeah,
we have the subplot where the guy has this rivalry with this Japanese guy, right?
yeah, yeah,
Why not have it be a period piece in World War II, where you have like an American and a Japanese carrier group or battleship group in a
yeah.
fight with each other when aliens show up and they have to team up
To
to fight
fight
a
the
common enemy, and not like have to worry about bending over backwards to use the mighty Mo.
yeah. Well, I would say probably the only issue that they would have with that is you're already taking a oh god, what was the budget on this movie? Uh let's say it was not finding it on IMDb. Wait.
A substantial budget.
Okay, 200 over $200 million.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
and over 200. If you make it a period movie, you're taking like a movie that's already $200 million and probably making it 250 or 300.
I can think of a lot of things you could cut,
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's still like that. That was just my thought the whole time. Is that just so much easier?
yeah, yeah. It would be well, and it makes more sense story wise.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, it's just
Yeah, it's yeah, but yeah, no, this movie is not worth your time.
but
But if you feel so inclined, it is on Netflix.
yeah, it might be leaving at the end of the month. I forget what exactly.
Yeah.
But thankfully, we have a good movie to finish off this week with
Yes, we do. Some like it hot.
the Marilyn Monroe, Tony Curtis, and Jack Lemmon classic.
Yes, often hailed as the greatest comedy of all time.
And you know what? After watching it, I can kind of see why.
Yeah, I kind of can too. Yeah, it's very clever. It's very witty. Lemon and Curtis are really good in their roles. Although I wonder how they were able to run in heels.
Um, maybe they used time travel and asked Opie's daughter.
Oh, probably, yeah. uh, but but yeah, this is it's a it's a classic for a reason. Yeah, and of course you got Marilyn Monroe in there, who was a legend.
Yeah, within 3 years, she was gone from when this movie came out.
Yeah, she was beloved, and she's obviously very beautiful, but she had problems.
She had her demons. Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
One of them named Jack and Kennedy, and the other one named Robbie Kennedy, but that's neither here nor there.
yeah. Yeah, and if you're curious to know more about her, there are plenty of documentaries out there that have been made. There's actually one on Netflix. If you've got the intestinal fortitude for it, I believe it's called the Monroe tapes, which feature a bunch of audio recordings of her during her therapy sessions.
Oof, that sounds rough.
Yeah, it is. You find out stuff about her that she probably would never want anyone to know about her. But getting back to this movie,
Yes, because this movie is a happy time, a good time.
yes, it is. Yeah, yeah. So the movie takes place in 1929. It's with as I said, Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon. They are musicians in a band and working in a speakeasy in Chicago. Tony Curtis plays the saxophone, and Lemon's bass player. Bass like orchestral bass, not guitar bass,
and not based.
and not bass. Yeah. So they find themselves in some money trouble because Curtis has a gambling problem. He likes to bet on dog races.
Man, at least pick the ponies. Like that's
I
dignified.
Yeah, jeez. So they need some quick money, and they're about to take this gig in another town, but they got to borrow this one of Tony Curtis's gal pals, borrow her car. But as they're borrowing her car, they go into the garage and witness basically the movie's version of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Even takes place on St. Valentine's Day.
Yes. Of course, having been witness to this, the mafia is after them. Then, so the only way they can hide out is by going in drag and joining an all-girls band and heading off to Florida. And of course, on their journey, that's where they meet Marilyn Monroe's character, who is kind of playing herself in this movie.
Yep. Although like this character is legitimately ditzy, whereas in real life I believe she used that to her advantage.
Yeah, kind of like if I would use a modern day like Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
Like people probably don't realize this. Paris Hilton, that whole dumb blonde thing, it's an act. She's really not that dumb, or she's not dumb. But yeah, they run into her, and of course, both Curtis and Lemmon have got the hots for her, obviously. But
maybe who wouldn't if it's Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But of course, it's really Tony Curtis who's one who really ends up with her because he's better looking than Jack Lemmon.
Yeah, I mean Tony Curtis was kind of a sex symbol at the time.
Yeah, he was, and for those of you who don't know, he is the father of Jamie Lee Curtis. So some good genes there. But yeah, and part of the whole thing was that he finds out Marilyn Monroe, like she really wants a rich guy who wears glasses and
people who wear glasses are just so helpless.
Yeah. Reading the Wall Street Journal and
So, meanwhile, Tony Curtis puts on that identity to go to try to seduce her. Yeah. Meanwhile, Jack Lemmon is having to distract the guy who actually owns the yacht that Tony Curtis is using as part of his seduction attempt.
Yeah,
the guy just okay, Jack Lemmon is not feminine at all.
No, he was not.
So it's just extra layers of absurdity on top of everything else.
Oh yeah, and of course it all culminates with the climax where the mob guys actually show up in Florida, and then they
friends of the Italian opera.
You're not fooling anybody.
Yep. Yeah, so this is one of those comedies where it does just about everything right. So I don't really the only criticism I can think of is that when Jack Lemmon's bass gets shot up, there only seem to be bullet holes on one side.
Yeah, and there weren't. Yeah, it didn't go through. Yeah. And I will say too, the logic of the movie is somewhat cartoonish. With some of the transitions where they show them getting away and from the mob guys, and then 2 seconds later they're riding down the elevator and they're completely in their women outfits, and it's just Okay, there was only like a minute or two that passed.
Yeah, and they even did a classic Scooby Doo chase scene with the mob at one point.
Oh yeah, yeah, where they're pretending to get away, but then one of the guys sees that Lemon's still wearing heels.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking like character transitions were they're like moving impossibly.
Oh, that, yeah, because oh yeah, I hear what you mean. Yeah, yeah, that too. Uh,
Like just showing up somewhere they shouldn't in the middle of the run. Um, Another thing that I thought was interesting, and this is just like on a technical level, I couldn't tell what the device that the one mobster had um, early on, and then my dad said it was an old school hearing aid because it almost looked like it was like a wireless microphone or something.
yeah, it was this big, huge thing. Yeah, and there were headphones, kind of like what I'm wearing now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah, little bits of historical interest all over the place there.
yeah, yeah,
Because we were just talking about in the last one about period pieces. Well, here's your period piece.
yeah, and yeah, and of course the movie came out in 1959. So it was a 30-year difference. To put some perspective, that's like between now and the first Toy Story movie.
Yep.
So that's the time difference. Yeah. Um, but yeah, no, this was. I mean, it's yeah. There's not a whole lot I can say about this. That hasn't already been said about this movie. Hundreds or thousands of times. Throughout the decades.
Yep. If this sounds at all interesting to you, I don't know why it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Uh, I guess the only thing I'll say is it is a black and white movie, which
Mm.
some people might be offended by for some reason, or they think it looks too old, quote unquote.
Yeah.
These people are called Philistines in some circles.
Yeah.
Uh, Also, my dad pointed out as I was watching it with him that Marilyn Monroe's outfits might have been a little bit too X-rated if you could actually see them in color.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Yeah. Yeah, there's some surprisingly really risque moments and jokes in this movie that I'm kind of surprised they got away with back in 1959.
Yeah, like little hints of like little bits of homosexuality stuff, and of course the movie is about two cross dressers, so you would get in so much trouble from all sides making the movie like this day or
Oh yeah,
these
they
days.
oh yeah, you would, yeah. And
Nobody
yeah,
would be on its side.
oh no, nobody. Nobody. Um oh man, yeah. And what was I gonna yeah, and definitely some yeah, like a little lot of innuendo that's being like sexual innuendo, kind of being made about like what was it? Tony goes, no cream and no sugar and what? God, I can't remember what it was. It was a whole litany of stuff. And I'm like, oh wow. uh, but yeah, no, I definitely recommend this movie. Yeah, it's Amazon Prime, or if you're so inclined, maybe just buy a physical copy of it.
Yeah, like it's one that you can pull out and enjoy it on any occasion.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we've said all we need to say for tonight.
Indeed, short show, definitely not a 5 series wonder like last week.
No, but it can always be that way, I guess.
No,
Um, well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it as always. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring the bell, buy some books. Links are in the description down below, and we'll see you next week. Night, everybody.
good night.